welcome back to another episode of Gas Grab a Seat podcast, where we have unfiltered chats that fill your mind. If you're returning, you already know who I am. If you're new here, I'm your host Amanda. Also, if you're new here, you may not know I had a previous podcast, still there. I think you'll find it if you look for it. You can find it, but I have friends with me today, and so one of those friends is my co-host of our other podcast, Kay, aka Kalita. I don't know which one she was going by today. She might give us a different name. I don't know. And then we have our other friend who was also on our previous podcast, Tailor. Also, not her name, so I don't know what we're going to do with that either. But Tailor. um, Today, we are going to talk about navigating friendships. We are all in our 30s. Actually, Kay's like 27. We're going to give her advice for when she hits her 30s. But
I am not 27. I am in my 30s. That was a joke.
But that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we do that, introduce yourself, ladies. Oh my gosh.
Hi, I'm Kay. It was so weird of her saying I'm your host Amanda, and I didn't say I'm your host Kay. This is the first of all, y'all, like, I'm so proud of her. Okay, because even though we had our podcast, Amanda had already said how much she wanted to come before you guys on her own and have her own thing. And so I'm just so excited for that. And yeah, we don't know what's going on with This Is Now, but we got some shit for y'all.
It's on hold, but all of it is still alive in there. So really, there's plenty of content to watch until we come back.
It literally.
Life is just life. Yeah. So
and we
need a second.
Hella busy.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm Kay.
I'm Taylor. Hi.
Stop playing with us.
What?
Oh my Lord.
So first of all, what you're not gonna do, because it's 2025, is not hype yourself up. So I would love to hear some of the things that you got going on, Taylor.
Right. Who are you?
Like,
what do
tell
you
the
do?
people who
Introduce
you are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's wild. You ain't never done an introduction in your life?
Not really. Besides at the club.
Oh, we all fam in the club.
My name is Taylor. I'm 32. I had to think about that. I work with children with autism. And do I have to mention a competition?
Yes.
I feel like y'all would hate me if I didn't. I'm in a competition to try to dance in a music video with Sierra. We'll add the link in the...
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
In the show notes and the bio and all the things.
Where those fancy places that links go. I'm here for the vibes and the conversation.
I love it. Well, thanks, ladies. I appreciate your love and your sentiments. You must tell the people what you do too, though. That doesn't count as an introduction for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's why I'm like, I was just going off of what she
right.
did.
Yeah,
she
no.
Said, hi, I'm Kay. We had a podcast together. And I'm like,
yeah, I was like, that wasn't gonna slide either.
I'm sorry. I just assumed that, like, because we have our audience, it will blend. But no, she's right. I work in fashion. I am a fashion stylist, wardrobe stylist, costumer. I also have my own business. I have a sunglasses brand, and we have a podcast.
Correct.
It's just on hold right now.
Correct.
And I am a huge advocate of inspiration and motivation.
That's real. Y'all need words of affirmation. Go follow Kay because she's gonna give them all to you. I promise you. Okay, so yeah, like I said, we're all in our 30s. Navigating friendships in your 30s can present unique.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Navigating friendships, especially in your 30s.
Okay, I'm a little nervous.
Oh Lord.
You can go first.
I'm here for the vibes and conversation.
So, as we know, it can present unique challenges, obviously. Because like Kay just said, we're busy. We have busy schedules. So between like actually maintaining friendships and connections because of busy schedules, not like having a bad day and then popping off on your friend because my bad. You know what I'm saying? Just get caught up in the mix. There's a lot that goes into it. So let's talk about like these evolving dynamics as you get older and friendships go along.
For sure.
How do you all feel like your friendships have changed or transitioned in your 30s?
Oh my God.
I would like to say mines are blossoming. This is pretty great.
I love
I
that.
feel like ever since I turned 30, life has just been like great. And it's like the people that I need to have around are the people that I have around. And it's like really wild doing this competition. Like I kind of like choked up a little bit when I like made it through the first couple of rounds because I was like, damn dog, like I really have like people out there like really supporting me and like voting for me like every day, and it's like mad crazy. Like I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be and I'm around the people I'm supposed to be with, honestly. So like this is the happiest I've ever been, like friendship wise, in like a really long time. And I have a lot of friends. Like it's not just like one, two people. Like I got at least like 6, 7 people that I could really like count on and depend on, and I know will show up for me. And I hope they know I will show up for them too. They need me. So this life is good. Like for real, honestly.
That is beautiful. I need tissue.
No, Amanda is really crying, and
I really am. Like, ew.
I thought I would.
I
Like,
hate feelings.
yeah. Wow, what a powerful like message that you just sent right now. And honestly, I just feel like it's nothing but God. Like it's crazy because I met both of these women through my roommate at the time. And Amanda always tells the story about how I didn't like her.
She didn't.
I did, but I know. You want me to tell you who I did not like? Her.
That part. I second that.
And it wasn't because she did anything to me.
Oh my God.
But to kind of speak to like what she's saying about how her friendships are growing, you also have to know that you grow too, right? To receive like those really good friendships. But I always used to wonder why she never spoke to me. When I first saw her, she did not speak to me. And several times after that.
Because she scared me.
I didn't. Okay. Y'all is not going to keep saying I be scaring y'all. That's crazy.
It's aggressive.
But, and it might be. But honestly, I am the type of person that only want good people around me. And I think I just have a strong bullshit repellent. Like I'm not going to, I don't want to fuck with you. I don't want to know you. If you are negative, if you don't have like highest of spirits and you're not positive, I just don't want to be around that. And I think I just automatically lead with that because I know I'm a good person and people cling to me, but I don't want them to cling to me. So I repel. So I'm sorry if I did make you feel that way, but it's only because I want high caliber people around me too. So I totally understand that. And so for 30s, I just say I think now that I understand that because I didn't understand it at first. But I think growing, and especially being over 30, I have understood that, oh no, you gravitate towards people that are good and good to you. So that's how I'm navigating too also. But it's hard because I'm super busy, and I think I have a unique story from these two ladies because I am a transplant to California, and I have a plethora of friends in St. Louis, Missouri, where I'm from. My best friend lives there still, and to this day I talk to her every single day, but my friendships are tested because I don't get to see them. Right. So like the relationships that I still have with people back home, I still have to cultivate those, and they look extremely different. Not only being on a different time zone, my career is different, my career goals are different, and just my life is different. Don't have children, I don't have a husband. I don't even date men. So like all of those things are super difficult, but I think now that I'm in my 30s, when you hit 30, it's like this evolution. Like, yes, evolution. Yeah. And like you don't give a fuck no more about nothing. So like now I'm able to accept all of those things, but still like navigate those spaces in a good way, a positive way. So I can continue to cultivate those relationships because sometimes I'd be like, damn, my best friend gonna kill me. Right. She called me 3 times this week and I haven't been able to answer. Yep. And I have to trust that she's actually gonna, when she pick up the phone or I call her, she's gonna give me the same love that she gave me last week. Exactly. And that's why we've been friends since we were 17 years old. So dang, that's what I'm learning. We go way back like Mariah. Like for real.
No, I love that, but that's so true and so real. I think as you grow and navigate just life, even the people that are around you, you start to really like navigate that too. Like you said about like the energies, that's so real. If you are not a positive person, if you're not speaking life, if you can't see a little bit of optimism and just look forward in a positive way, I don't have time for that. Like, I don't want that around me because, you know, this old saying, misery loves company.
Yes.
That is so real. But I think as you get older, you start to really see that. Because when you're in your 20s, it's kind of about fun and good times. And yes, you think you got it figured it out, but maybe you don't really. Because I think it wasn't until I was 30, I was like, baby, I think I've been living my life for somebody else all this time. Like, I've been living for other people and what I was supposed to do, but also, what do I really want to do? And now I'm like, this is my life. Because when you put me in the casket, it's just me in there. It's my life. So I have to navigate that. And that includes the people that are around me. And I don't have time for it. But can I also, like, can someone explain to me why the more I don't want people around me, the more people bother me? Because I love y'all. Like, that's fine. But, like, I'd be so bothered. Because yo, I'm an anti-social social person. So I just, you navigate that.
Yeah, people are just, you know, they gravitate towards your energy. Like you
I don't have time for
that. I don't know what else to say then.
No. So, I mean, okay, we all talked about changes. Obviously, like, you moved from St. Louis to here. I've just growing up had revelations. You, that's all I can say. Like, growing up had revelations, like trials and tribulations. Like, you know, you go through stuff and you get through it and you come out a new person. And so, and then you, now it's the best times of your life, which I love for you. That is gorgeous. But what do we feel like brought about these changes? Is it the moves? Is it the just our age and like revelations? Like, how did we get here? What do you feel like, you know, what factors contributed to the changes?
Sheesh. Okay.
That was a
lot. Because to kind of relate and not like dive too deep into it, I spent my 20s living my life for somebody else. And so I left that relationship and kind of just hit the ground running and did everything that I ever wanted to do in my life. So it just put me on a path to meet people that relate to the path that I wanted to be on or initially always wanted to be on in the first place. So I think that's how I got here. The point was for me to just do it on my own and live my own life how I want to. And so, yep, now here we are.
I love that. Guys, what's really crazy is because, like we just said, we didn't like her. Like, in those moments, I would have never known that, like, she's actually so deep. Like, there's actually so much that goes on in that head and heart, and it's crazy. But when she talks, you're like, wow, Taylor.
Yeah. It's crazy because the first time she was on the podcast was when we did our show.
Yes.
And we did it in Palm Springs for Amanda's birthday.
Yeah.
And I think that was the time.
Please go watch that episode. I'm going to link it somewhere. That episode was great.
It was a great episode. It was like 12 people on it. But I think that was the first time that we start to understand her. At first it was like she said we was all in the club. We was all kicking it and dancing. And now that I know her, I can understand where she was coming from, those times where she didn't speak and how it could have come off as intimidating and already an established group of friends. And then you come in and also coming from a place where she's come from and how people abused her and not really respected her the way she should be respected. I can understand why she was just kind of standoffish, like, are they going to hate me? You know, she had a wall built up real hard.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes when we like see people and they kind of like be standoffish, we be like, yeah, bitch. Like, we got all these negative things to say, but we don't really think about all the ways that they've been hurt. And that's why they showing up like that. But we got to know her, and I'm really appreciative to know her. You know, I think that is awesome. For me, I think honestly, it's just maturity. I've always, you know, been a good friend to people and been able to build good relationships. But I think now, because I'm older and I'm wiser and all I want is peace. It was a point in time where I was in college where I was a menace. I was in a group of friends that were all menaces. And we were like hurting people because we're hurt. You know, and also I feel like as children, our parents don't teach us how to be good friends. you like my mom said you don't have friends. Your cousins and your siblings are your friends. I'm your friend. All them other bitches, if you come from a black mama, all them bitches, they don't really care about you. They jealous.
Man.
They gonna try to hurt you. They gonna steal your man. They gonna steal your things. Like, so not to say I walked around with that thought, but like it's kind of in the back of my head.
It's a subconscious. Yeah, it's there.
So, but just maturity really and wanting peace in my life.
I feel that. I feel like I also have had to learn how to almost categorize my friends. And like, I don't mean that like in a bad way, but it's just a matter of like, you also have to realize everybody's not for everybody the same way I've realized a long time ago I'm not for everybody, and I'm completely cool with that. But it's like, even with that, then you have to navigate who's around each other. Like, yeah, like let's say I met Taylor somewhere separately and then I knew Kay. I probably would have brought them together. They didn't like each other. Been like, well, never mind. We know that we don't bring you two together anymore, and like keep it pushing. But I've just had to, like I have this group of friends who are like my core friends, and I'm with them. We hang out. We are intentional about making time to see each other and like catching up. And then I have a whole different set of friends who like they've never met, but those are also like my sisters in God. Like we go to church conferences together and we're on Bible study every single week and like texting each other. And it's like everyone serves a different purpose, but they all do the same job to like fill me up. And it's helped me become who I am and like stand in that more authentically, because I'm cool with just being like,
Amanda, you swear up and down that you don't want people in your life. She just said how she got all these groups of friends that are like these relationships are cultivating.
Yeah.
And then she say, but she be like, no, she be with it.
It's no, it's because I'm an overthinker, and I'm one of those people where it's like I'm the person, I feel like I'm bothering someone. So it's like, I don't want to hit up like my friends, even my friends. Really? Yes. Like even my spiritual, like godly girls, like I love them to death. And it's so crazy how like there are times where I'm on Bible study and I'm just like silent because I'm hearing them. We're going over the sermon of the week, and we're also just talking about our lives, and like I can pour into them, but I also feel like based off of what I'm listening to, you all are going through so much yourselves. The audacity of me to add some more to you and like pour out what I got going on. So like I'll be there, and it's crazy because somehow they always know, they always see me and like call me out, and here we are having a whole cry fest, and I'm like, y'all are annoying. Like I'm not supposed to be crying on Bible study, but at the same time I'm like, I'm grateful to them because like that really is just like that friendship and that bond that we've developed. Like we see each other even when we're not trying to be seen. But I'm like, I'm not trying to bother nobody. Everybody's busy. We all got things going on. We trying to make things happen. I'm good, but hit me up. I'll see you, and if I'm available, let's do it. That's really
bother me, bitch. Bother me.
We're not bothering.
Honestly, I probably need that conversation too. You know, like there's been plenty of times me and Amanda been on the phone for 4 hours and we were just having a checkup call. Like we check on each other, you know, quite often.
Yeah.
Even if we don't see each other, we'll talk to each other a couple times out the month. Mm-hmm. But like, it's been times where I had her crying in the parking lot at the movie theater because she ain't breaking down and she ain't, you know, trying to dig through her stuff. But like, friends,
and that's why I don't like Kay either.
Bother me.
I barely like her.
Bother me. Okay, because you need us.
It's true. It's true. Life is not meant to be done alone. No. It's true.
We all be busy. We probably don't answer our phone, probably don't answer our text messages. But if you text and say, hey, can we schedule something to do something? We go drink mimosas together. Bother me.
Okay.
I feel like I'm always bothering y'all.
No. So, and that's also the thing. Like, we really got to low-key change our language, Taylor. It's not bothering. Like, just because, like, we're reaching out and we're trying to keep connection, that doesn't mean and just because they don't answer or, like, maybe we catch them at the wrong time, it's not necessarily a bother. It's just, that's what it was at that time.
You don't want to be an inconvenience to what they got going on.
I'm going to stick with the word bother.
Oh, my gosh.
Y'all. Okay.
I got somebody you could bother, all right. Anyway. Oh, my gosh.
Hey.
You in status. Okay. We'll talk about status and them oxtails. I'm not going to slander them people. Okay.
That food is good. They serve
the food is fire. Yeah.
They just take forever. They cooking Caribbean food.
I think 4 of us went out. Only 1 of us ate.
Yeah, we sat there for like an hour, right?
Yeah,
and more.
It was longer. Yeah.
Like waiting for food and only 1 plate.
that status in LA downtown.
Oh my
Just so y'all know, if y'all was curious.
Oh
We
my
like status.
gosh.
The vibe is really decent.
Yeah.
The chef is
Cute.
really good. But I just hope they got more chefs or they got a different system, because how we go out with 4 people and only one person ate.
Exactly. That's crazy work.
And it was over an hour and we still didn't get our food. Why? Because they were still cooking it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay.
Yeah, that was wild work. Okay, so maintaining connections. We just talked about obviously getting older, and then again, you have a best friend that's in a whole other state, so time difference, all of that. What strategies have you guys found effective in keeping friendships strong despite just life and busyness and distance?
Keep texting until you answer.
Okay, bet. She definitely texted me this morning talking about, "Are you alive?"
Yes.
What are you talking about?
I notice I'm very annoying at times. Like,
It's not
I'm
annoying. I think it's hilarious.
I'm very, yeah, some people, some people they know that's just how I am. Like, I'm gonna text you until I get a response. I'm gonna be like, where you at? Are we still meeting up? What we doing? Are you free this day? Let's go do this. Oh my God, let's get drinks. Oh my God. What we doing today, tomorrow, the day after, next weekend, and the weekend after that?
That's
what
accurate.
we doing? What are we doing?
She's not joking.
I am so yeah, so the people that know me know that's how I am and they accept it. Some people find it annoying, but they'll
That's okay.
exit
Those are not
stage
your
left.
people.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
They're yeah. So that's how I maintain it. And then if I just don't hear nothing back from you, then I know what it is. I got other friends I can hit up to make those same plans with. So
And we could square up on Muslims if you want to.
No, you gotta do that.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Maintaining. Yeah. How do you maintain like these friendships now at this point with life and distance and all the things?
Yeah, same with Taylor. Just reaching out to them. When I feel something that's not right, I bring it to them. Okay. I don't let it fester. Me and Amanda, we're not only friends, but we're business partners. And so we have a lot of communication like barriers because we're friends, but then we're business partners. So then we have stuff that we need to get done that is important. But sometimes those things can definitely put like a pin in the friendship, not in a bad way, but it can make us feel like, oh, I don't want to talk about this because maybe she'll take it this way or maybe she'll take it that way. We've had our moments, and we're going to be friends forever. So I'm sure this ain't going to be the last moment.
Right. Exactly.
But just honestly, I'm a communicator. Amanda, not so much. Mm-hmm. But I just talk about it. Honestly, I'll just say like, I ask questions. I'm super curious. Even honestly, sometimes I probably even know what the response is going to be, but I'm super curious and I ask questions in a way that won't make a person feel some type of way. Right. You just got to be smarter. Like, I don't want to hurt my friend, so I'm not going to belittle her. I'm not going to be condescending to her. Like, I'm going to actually get the answers that I need with the questions that I ask. So I ask questions and I take accountability. Ooh, if I'm wrong, if I did something, I say sorry, I apologize, and I love on my friends. True. Real hard. True. Oh my gosh. That's true though. That is very true. Self-awareness is a huge thing, I think, in maintaining relationships.
She got the do-rag on. Don't fuck with her.
Low-key though. Clearly. She said, I'm ready. I don't have no earrings on. Vaseline.
I'm just kidding. I don't fight at all.
I don't know if I believe that.
I don't.
Have you ever been in a fight?
I have.
Okay. You just don't fight no more?
A very, very long time ago. And I was only one time.
Okay.
And you know why I got into a fight, y'all?
Why?
I got into a fight, right? This girl I've been knowing since first grade. Okay. We was in high school.
Okay.
And she was getting jumped on the bus by some girls that she was like my cousins. I've been knowing her for first grade. I ain't never seen these cousins a day in my life. Right. So they was jumping her. Mm-hmm. I got the fuck up and I started fighting because first of all, she didn't took up for me before. We went to elementary school together, middle school together, and high school together.
Wow.
Yeah, I jumped in her fight because she was jumping mine. So I already know.
I get it. I feel that.
That was the only fight I had.
Okay. So she don't fight no more, y'all. That was a one time, one and done. Yeah. Okay. I'm like, what am I asking
Wait,
y'all?
what about you? You're
Like,
maintaining.
what have I found to maintain?
Yeah.
Being available, I would say, because I'm one of those people where I say all the time, I'm like, I'm booked and busy. If it don't make my calendar, it don't make my life. So I literally be having to put people on the calendar. And it sounds crazy, but that's really what it is. So it's making myself more available, saying yes to things, even if I'm like, that's not necessarily what I want to do, because I'm one of those people where I'm totally like, I want to do something and I want to have fun, or I want it to be like interactive, because I'm just a big kid. Like, let me be able to do something and have a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, if it doesn't sound like it's a good time, I'm quick to say no. But I'm like, that's not fair. Like, you have to be available and still show up to like be with your friends, because like maybe this is something they want to do and maybe I might like it. So yeah, making myself more available, saying yes a little bit more. Not as much as I used to though, because we've learned the word no.
Absolutely.
And honestly, just having, even though I hate it, but yeah, having to have better communication and be more vocal of like, this is where I'm at, this is what's going on. Like look, I tell you, I don't even know if I've told this podcast, but like, obviously I got laid off a year ago, and so I'm working, but not like working the way I used to be working, not making the same money at all. So really, even just like being more transparent with my friends. Look, we're not gonna do that, or I'm not gonna do that time, because baby, that's not in the bank account right now.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, that really takes also vulnerability, but also knowing that like, okay, you can trust your friends. And so that's where I've had to learn to just be more trusting, is in my friendships, and just be real and raw, because either you're gonna accept me or you're not, and that's fine. But also let me know now before we waste all this time, because I'd be loyal to a fault, baby. So yeah.
Oh God.
So that's all. That's what I gotta do.
I beware of being my friend, because we
Hey.
be friends forever. Until you be disrespectful, then
that part.
We friends.
Then we can square up. Then she might fight again.
No, I just go extremely ghost.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Don't take out a page out of my book. What you mean?
I gave you everything I had, boo. Disappear.
Gasper. At least he was the friendly one. So that's a friendly ghosting.
My mama said, you ain't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing.
Correct.
So,
look, that was show about to be my words today.
With my fist.
And look. Okay. Have you guys ever experienced a situation where you needed to have a tough conversation with a friend? And if so, how did you approach it? Ooh, I feel like I should have skipped these questions, but
Amanda.
So what was the question? I didn't.
We all sweating on the couch now.
Okay. Okay, tough conversation. How did I approach it? So I feel like I have multiple approaches, even at this big age of 30 of mine. I am the avoidant type. I don't feel like it. I don't have time for it. I don't feel like it. I don't want to, because I don't want all the drama, all the back and forth, the stress. Like you said, I'd rather choose peace. And so sometimes for me, I feel like peace just means peace, then screw it. Like, I'm out. You know what I'm saying?
Casper.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want to deal with it. My other approach is sometimes I realize I have to journal and get it all out of my system first. So that way it kind of helps me like reflect on what really happened. What do I really feel? Mm-hmm. What do I need to say? Like, where might I even just be projecting in some way? And like, that's why I took it a certain way. So journaling to help me kind of assess the situation. And sometimes it means just months of like faking it to make it. Like, we all know. So for those of you who've been watching every episode, my episode with Shakul, which was like a couple episodes back, that's my friend, right? Like, that's my guy. But me and him had beef for a hot second. And like, he didn't know we had beef because I'm not a communicator, but baby, we had beef. Like, I
thought he started. Well, it went from your beef to your beef back to your beef. They had beef, not at the same time.
Correct.
But they had beef.
Correct. That's basically what it was. And so I just feel like mine lasted longer because I'm, again, like, one, I can hold a grudge, but also like you're my friend and you're running in my friend circle, and like now I have no choice but to be around you, and so I can be an adult and be around you, but that don't mean I really gotta fuck with you. So
Yeah.
I was like, I was around him, but I didn't really mess with him, and it took almost 3 months before I finally got to a point where like I had calmed down enough, thought about everything that had pissed me off and that had built up to the point where we had this much beef, and I was like, okay, cool. Now I know it sounds crazy because at this big age of 30, what the hell? But that's what I needed, because I'm one of those people, like I will pop off and I will say the craziest things. Like that's what I know about myself, self-awareness. When I am mad, it's a wrap. There's only two options. I'm either crying because I'm just that frustrated and I can't get it out, or I'm popping the F off and the words coming out of my mouth are about to be crazy and
Raise
slick.
your hand if you
Like-
want to see Amanda pop off more. Just me. I feel like she should. Because she holds it so much in. You know, it's not just because it's being negative or bad. Like, you are actually expressing your true feelings. And to be honest, like, I'm sure it's popping off, but it ain't gonna be like MF a beep beep bop boop boop.
Right.
It's going to be, it's much needed. Because there's some things that probably is truth that should be said.
I mean, that's true too, but I've had to learn as I've gotten older, there's a way to say things. And
Yeah.
for me, when it's the pop off, I don't care how it's coming out. And more than likely, I'm being intentional and I'm trying to cut you with my tongue. Like, I don't give a damn. Like, I'm trying to hurt you. So with that being the case, I'm like, I have to be intentional about thinking about it, thinking it through, and then being like, okay, if I want to have if I actually care to maintain this friendship, let me come at you correctly and really get all my feelings out before going crazy, because once I say something, it can't come back and we'll probably never have a friendship again. So if I care enough, give me a minute to like work it out. If I don't care, I dare you to come at me. Look, what's up?
I feel that. I feel that deep. Like I said, I don't fight with my hands. So I understand. If I really want to say some shit to you, we ain't gonna be friends no more.
Right.
You know, I'ma just be like, because I got something to say and you probably ain't gonna like it, and you ain't never gonna like me out of that. So I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely figuring out a way to say, because I don't think you should hold it in. I don't think you should hold it in, because that's how stress happens. That's how conversations that really weren't that deep, or situations that weren't that deep, you get into your head and you start creating these scenarios, So I do think you should, really say how you, say how you feel. Yeah,
let it off.
Say how you feel.
But y'all know it's hard for me to communicate. Like, I could write you a letter if you want me to write it out and hand it to you, and you can deal with that.
We got text messages. You don't need a fucking pen and paper. That's what we got texting for.
So I can do that. Okay. Yeah. Well,
I would love for you to do that more. I think it'll definitely relieve a lot of some stuff for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, that's how I've navigated. It takes a lot, clearly. That's a whole process, baby.
For me, it kind of depends on like the person and the situation.
She gonna be this soft spoken about it too. You ain't gonna even know she mad.
Cause like there was this one time, I have a friend, I'm not gonna say her name, but she stays out of state. And she came out here to visit me and our other friend, and she was staying about an hour and a half like away from us. So she came out here. She didn't get a rental, no nothing. There was no meeting out here where me and my other friend stays. So me and my friend, like when we were texting, we decided to drive all the like an hour and a half to her.
Wow.
We all agreed we were gonna book like a hotel together and have like a little girls' night or whatever after dinner. So we drove like an hour and a half in traffic all the way out there to see her. We had dinner, and then like we ended up going to like a little club after or whatever. And the friend we were visiting, she didn't want to stay at the club. Cool, I understand. But then the other friend that was there too, she wanted to stay at the club. I'm like, I don't care what we do as long as we do something, whatever. So then the friend that was visiting, she was like, I'm just gonna go home. And
like all the way back to the state she was in?
No, like go back like
to where she was staying. Okay.
Yeah.
But still.
And we were like, exactly. I was like, why don't you just take the hotel key? Like, I'm gonna try to get her out of here and we can meet you up there like, in like an hour or so. Like, we out here to see you. We just drove an hour and a half in traffic and paid for these hotel rooms for us to spend the night together. Like,
Right.
where are you going?
Right.
And so she ended up not taking the key to the hotel, and she Ubered back because she was staying with her mom. Like when she came out here, she was staying with her mom. So she went back to her mom's place, and then me and my friend, we stayed at the club and spent the night at the hotel that we basically paid for no reason. And then like months went by, and me and her weren't speaking anymore because I was upset. I was like, we accommodated you because one, you was supposed to be out here like 2 weeks ago, and because it's four of us, and my friend that went with me to go visit her, her daughter's birthday was like 2 weeks before. We all knew the date a year and a half before the party came, and so it was her, another friend that stays out of town now. Like all four of us were supposed to get together that weekend and go to the party. She didn't come to the party, but then because she was like, oh, I couldn't get the time off, but then she showed up like the weekend after. So it was like,
Okay.
yeah. So like we didn't talk for like months after it. But then like I kind of missed her because me and her have been friends for like 10 plus years. So like I was like, am I really like tripping, or do I have a right to be upset because it feels like she was being inconsiderate? So me and her never really talked about it, but I did like hit her up like after the new year and was like, Happy New Year, hope you're doing well, I miss you. And then we just been communicating like nothing ever happened ever since. But then I have a different situation with another friend where like she has issues and she brings them up to me, and I try to be patient with her issues. And the first time we talked about her issues, I was patient. I was trying to talk to her about it and work her through her feelings and her emotions. And that worked the first time around. But then the second and the third time, it's kind of like, why do we keep repeating this conversation every couple of months? And I kind of lost my mind after the last conversation. Like, I kind of low key snapped on her. I was like, what the fuck else do you want me to do? Like,
big facts.
Do I need to take you to bed to make you feel a certain way? Because like I'm doing everything that I can. Like I look out for you, I spot you on Cash, I do this, I do that. Like, I'm not trying to keep receipts, but you're confused. And I need you to understand, like, your mind is playing tricks on you. This is what I do for you. We homies, we tight. There's pictures of us all throughout my phone because we've done a whole bunch of stuff together.
Right.
Yeah. So it's like, for me, it kind of just depends on the person and the situation and the topic. Like, I could not talk about it and just move on, or I might just have to, I guess, pop off like Amanda and then just let it go.
See what happens.
Yeah.
Let the good times roll.
Yikes. But yeah, that's
how
it goes for me.
You have an answer?
It's a lot.
I think a lot of us have gone through a lot of transitions lately in this friend group, even amongst ourselves. What steps do you think friends can take to like just support each other through it, or like what do you feel like you need your friends to do to support you through these transitions?
Transitions is right, bruh. This whole year has it's just now 2025.
Yeah.
We're only in month 3, but 2024 was crazy.
Yeah. It's 25 started out pretty wild too.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, I just say like support. I like honesty. I want my friends to be truthful with me. If I seem like I'm fucking up, if I seem like it's something ain't right, be real with me about it, because that's how I am. Like if I see something that don't look right, I say something, and I don't need you to be like being my mama, all up in my face stuff. You ain't my parent, but like, you good, girl? I've been noticing, like, I like that. Be truthful with me. You're not overstepping, because just because we're older does not mean we don't need redirection. We all can use the redirection, and we can't see ourselves or situations outside of ourselves. So having another lens on what's happening is helpful. So communication and talking to me, like I said, I'm a big communicator. So
true.
That's what I like.
Okay. What do you feel like you need, or what steps would you say friends can take?
Probably just like checking in. I'm the type of person that sometimes I get like really sad about certain things, and I usually just keep it to myself because that's just what I'm used to. Like I'm an only child, and I didn't grow up with a lot of friends or talking like that, so I usually just like sit and mope in the corner and like literally hide under the covers. So it's like just reaching out, like I just need a distraction. So hanging out and being outside, like I just need a distraction. I need to get away. Like talking about it's cool sometimes, but it's like most of the time I kind of already know what to do with the situation. It's just I just need somebody to help me to stop thinking about it in the moment. So like go outside and do something. We can. I was just doing handstands with Austin, like
I love
the
that.
other night. You know,
Oh my
like
god, that's right. It's
just
handstand extra.
yes, we were doing that. He
Yes.
had us doing the
Baby, my
stretches
wrists
and all
are
that
cracked
stuff.
already. I'm not doing
So
that.
yeah, like you know, like I just need distractions for me and just checking in because sometimes I won't reach out, like unless I really only ask questions when I don't know what to do. That's the only time I ask advice. Like ask for advice. Like I come to them all the time. Like look, like what do I do with such and such? I don't know. Like you know, but most of the time like there's other things going on in my life and it's just like simmering in my head and I just need somebody to help me get out of my head and just distract me for a minute. So yeah.
That okay.
Yeah.
I love that. Heard went, ladies. Okay, well, I'm not gonna keep us here forever because I have other questions, but also I'm sleepy. I think we're all sleepy. We've had a day.
I'm kind of awake now.
We're ready now. Okay, bet.
Yeah,
Okay.
talking, got the lights on. I'm awake. I'm alert.
I should have had some coffee brewing. Okay, so these questions are about toxic friendships. I think we should move along.
Why?
Okay, so what signs do you feel like might indicate a friendship becoming toxic? Like for you, and then what?
She said zodiac sign.
No. And then if you feel like the friendship's becoming toxic, how do you like address it or distance yourself from it? I feel like realistically, just as I've gotten older, I don't feel like I have toxic friendships anymore. Yeah, I feel like I don't have toxic friendships anymore. I do feel like I've always kind of run into the instance where maybe they weren't toxic, but it was a sign that they could have become toxic, where I would have friends around me where, now granted, like I said, I'm one of those people where I'm like, I intentionally, like I'm humble and I realize that I've maybe tried to shrink myself way too much, so worried about other people's feelings and perceptions and things. And so I have to stop doing that. But I have always kind of run into those friendships where, for some reason, like somebody just doesn't like me for some reason or has an issue with me, and it feels like there's like slight jealousy there. But I'm like, of what, baby? Like I am regular, just doing me.
You're
so
light.
What's the issue?
You're light.
I guess so. And so I do realize that could be a sign that friendship could turn toxic later on. Sure. And so I've just distanced myself, point blank period. I'm like, there's still love for you, there's still hope and prayer for you, but I'm just like, I'm good. Yeah. And also I'm busy, which is a great excuse because it's real. I'm busy.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm busy.
Signs of a toxic friendship. Not having accountability. Wanting people to compensate for what you need. Mm-hmm. You know, like Taylor was just saying with her friend, like we literally thought about you. Be considerate. You want us to consider your feelings, consider everybody else's. Don't be selfish. A selfish person, you don't want to be friends with anybody selfish because they're always going to take from you and they're never going to give. True. Yep. If you have to buy somebody, if you feel like somebody is using you for your resources and the things that you have, like all grounds for a toxic relationship, any type, friendship, boyfriend, girlfriend, mother, father, sister, brother, whatever. Sure. But yeah, like all of those things, and I don't.
You ain't got no time for it. Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
And you can see it from a mile away.
Oh, smell it.
Yeah, exactly. Repelling over here.
And I think it came from literally my mom just telling me over and over again. And to this day, my mom is, she is a younger mother, but she still got toxic relationships in her life, friends. And I think just now she is starting to be like, I ain't got time for that. And it's honestly just don't pick up your phone.
Because it becomes draining.
Or if they start talking, be like, you know what, I gotta go. Oh, I'm actually busy right now.
Yep.
It's draining, and it'll suck you down, So all of those things. I just don't let people like that in my life.
I agree. I love that.
I don't really have any like toxic friendships, so I can't think of any signs.
Which is a blessing.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Like I said earlier, I'm like the happiest I've ever been with friendships. So I'm like, toxic friendship, what's that? Like, I remember like this one time I was like 16, 17, and I was like dating this guy, and this girl that was my friend, she was like all in my ear, like, he doesn't treat you right, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that, you should break up with him. And then I broke up with him to turn around and find out that she was like, she tried to get at him.
Wow. Wow. So you were eyeing him and trying to free him up the whole time. That's crazy.
So like, honestly, that kind of like, I don't know. I mean, I've moved on from that, but like that kind of set the tone for me in like female friendships. I didn't really have like any until like.
I knew it.
Which is why
exactly. And we did. We said that about her. We were like, she cares way more and appreciates the men's attention way more than the women. So that's cool. She ain't got to be one of the girls.
Other reasons. We thought she might have liked the person or a few people in our friend group.
Yeah.
But it was different.
I've always just vibed with guys. I've always been like one of the boys.
Me too. I get you. I feel it.
I dress very tomboyish. Same. So like, and I was really rough around the edges growing up. So I was always looked at as one of the bros. So it's always been easier for me to be friends with guys than it was girls. So like, I don't know. I know there's like a lot of like bad like girlfriend relationships out there, but I kind of just had like that one. And everything else has kind of been smooth sailing ever since I turned like 25, 26-ish. So
I love that.
Yeah.
My one complaint about girl friendships, not necessarily this one because like we're solid, but like girl friendships, girls are never available enough. Like if I call one of the homeboys to go do something or go somewhere with me, they like, yeah, bet, let's do it. We ready in a second. Girls, oh my gosh, it really has to be on a calendar. And I get it because I'm not necessarily a spontaneous person either. I need things planned. But also there's times where I'm like, I wish I could just call one of the girls and go somewhere. No, these motherfuckers be busy. So I gotta call the guys.
You can call me anytime. Okay. But
yeah, no, it's not this.
My bad.
Right. I'm like,
they with their men, stuff like that. Like, yeah, they do be.
Yeah.
Man,
or they just
I appreciate
don't
y'all.
like it.
I mean, yeah, correct.
They girls, and we don't be feeling like it sometimes.
Exactly, that's true. All right, so last question before maybe we give these people some advice about their friendships. Well, actually, no. How do you kind of establish and communicate boundaries in friendships, and like, how do you think that's going to help moving forward as you continue to navigate friendships? I'm just learning the word boundary. So yeah, I don't know. For me, like that's a tricky question because I'm just now pretty much learning boundaries and like how to set them, but also not just how to set them, but how to communicate them because it's not fair to have one and then the other person don't even know. So now they don't even know that they crossing all over your boundaries. So it's very new for me. I think I'm still trying to navigate it and figure it out, but I do also understand why it's important to friendships and just relationships in general because like it's important so that way we're not having these miscommunications or I don't feel disrespected or whatever the case may be. And if I do and you cross the boundary, well then now I know how you really feel about me. Cool, noted, got it.
But it's sad because it's kind of sad because like you don't know somebody's overstepping a boundary until they already do it.
Yep, it's so true.
And then you be like, why do I feel like this? And then somebody teaches you the word boundary.
Yep.
Then you like, oh wait, she stepped over my boundaries or they stepped over my boundaries. I agree with Amanda. I feel like I know a little bit more, just a little bit, just because I do go to therapy and I have a boundaries book that I've read. And me and my partner, we practice boundaries a lot. Um, but for me, with my friends, I'm such a giver, and I like do a lot for my friends. Like I will give the shirt off my back for my friends. I've learned loan money. I've let people stay with me. I let people use my resources. Like I let people do, like if you my friend, like I said, that's why I be so protective over the people that I choose to be my friend, because you're family. I'm the only child. I didn't grow up with siblings. I have siblings.
We're all only children.
Right. My dad has kids, but my mom never had any kids. And I have cousins, but I'm the only child, but I'm super giving. So like I have to learn how to say no.
Why does this work so well?
Probably.
Because we're all only children, potentially.
This is disgusting. Oh my God. But I have to work on saying no, to people. And it's not even the fact that they be asking. I be just presenting resources for them because I want to help.
Right.
Exactly. I wish
it's just from your heart.
It's from my heart. Pure. Like I'm super giving, and I know like I have a resource. Let me lend it to you, and I will hope that the person do give it back to me. And but I think once I started realizing that I was a better friend to people that were a friend to me, that's what created the boundaries for me. Like, and in times like, we grown. So if we go out to eat or we do something and they be like, I ain't got no money or something, then bitch, you ain't got no money because you knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you say in advance, like, hey, we're gonna go, but I need some help, then okay, you'll give me my money back. But like some people just take advantage. I haven't had nobody completely take advantage of me, but I have had moments where I'm like, damn, I've been doing X, Y, and Z for this person, and damn, I ain't even got nothing back in return. So I feel like that's what created the boundaries, which I hate because I probably would have not extended some things before.
Would have reeled it in a little sooner. Yeah, I get it.
For me, it's kind of just what Kay said. Like sometimes I don't really know like somebody crosses the boundaries until they cross them, and then I just try to just have a conversation. Like, look, you know what? I'm not really comfortable with this. So X, Y, and Z. That's how it be.
Yeah,
I love the communicators, but you also see how opposites attract, because two communicators and a non-communicator, that's wild work. Like
Farmer, no, I'm a communicator though.
True, I'm working on it.
I used to be.
Oh, okay.
I used to be like holding my feelings back, not saying anything. But then as I got older, y'all know how you really feel strongly about something, but you don't say it, and you can just get this hotness and burning sensation in your head, your heart, and your stomach. That's stress, and that's how strokes and all this other stuff happen. But when I start to, come on, God, when I start to center peace, it didn't matter no more. So it's like, I either gotta say this or I don't say nothing, and this person is dead to me. Because if I don't say nothing to you, I can't be friends with you because you hurt me.
Gotcha.
I can't walk around with hurt. Like that shit, blockage. Once I balance, I believe in all the chakras and stuff. When I start balancing my chakras and meditating and really coming into peace with God and really want just wholeness, that's when the communication, like seriously, when I was like, you know what, I need to bring it on down some.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Kind of off topic. How do you let go of hurt? Because this is actually something I've been thinking about, and I actually been wanting to talk to y'all about it.
Hey everyone, just wanted to hop back in real quick and say sorry that was not a traditional closing, but in that moment we could see that our friend needed a friend. She needed to talk to us. The conversation was a lot deeper, and it was something that I just knew that she probably wouldn't necessarily feel comfortable sharing on camera. Clearly she'd already pushed the mic away, and so that wasn't something that she wanted to share for the world. So I did stop the recording so that way we could just have a real deep heart-to-heart conversation with her. And so I'm so grateful for them for being on the show. I hope that you guys were able to take away a lot from what we talked about. Definitely have your eyes and ears open for just the signs of a toxic friendship, what that looks like, what that's doing to you, how that makes you feel about yourself and about the friendship that you're in. and ultimately, choose yourselves. At the end of the day, you only can pour out as much as you have to pour out. So make sure that you're filling your own cup up. Definitely having great people around you can do that, but you do have to make sure that they are great people and that they are not draining you, because there are people who are givers and there are people who are takers, and takers will take. So I encourage you all to keep your head up, to smile, to laugh, to find the people that truly fill your heart up, bring you joy, love, laughter, all the above. And I thank you for tuning in to yet another episode. I will have everyone's socials and handles dropped. One, it was in the beginning, but it'll also be here at the end. I'll drop everyone's across kind of the bottom. So that way you can definitely stay in touch with the ladies, tap in, follow them, see what's going on with them. And yeah, I thank you again. I'll see you next time.